Hello and welcome back to the Pixel Street Podcast. This is episode 212. We definitely did not start recording and have to stop and restart because John's mic wasn't coming through in the stream, but we're here. That's all that
We're
matters.
here. It's take one. Let's go.
Take one. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Joel Campos, and joining me is, I don't know, I got nothing witty to say. I got nothing. The man who's soon going to have an analog pocket, right? Maybe this
Yeah.
weekend?
Hopefully.
John Hansen.
I'm waiting semi-patiently for it because, man, I really cannot
Do you
wait to
have
get my hands
tracking
on
info for it yet?
Yeah, I can pull it up here real quick. The last I checked, it said like within 4 days that it would arrive.
Oh, nice.
And that was yesterday that I checked, I think. So, yeah, a few days. I would hope to get it. I'm trying to find it quick because my email inbox and well, all of my email inboxes I have to use multiple for work and stuff. But my main one for like my just random orders and stuff, it is such a mess and I can never find anything in it. So hold on. I know I saw it here recently.
You know, there's a search bar on these things now, right, John?
Yeah, but that would be too easy. Analog.
Just type in
All right.
analog.
All right. See status. Your order is on its way. You'll receive updates on its progress. You should receive your order in the next 3 days. Estimated delivery date December 18th. What is that?
Nice.
Saturday?
Sunday.
All right. So yeah, very excited. That's a good early Christmas gift for me. A Christmas gift that I bought a year ago.
Yeah, like last December, pretty much.
Yep.
I did cave. I think I told you on Discord. I caved and I bought the dock secondhand, which it makes me feel kind of dirty, but like honestly,
just bought it right away.
I've bitched about it so much to the point to where it's like I'm just gonna cave and do it. Like I could order it retail through their site, but like who's to say I'm even gonna get it in 2023? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like these things are so back ordered, it's insane.
Yeah.
What's the first game you're gonna pop into that bad boy?
I I don't have many right now because all of my Game Boy games back in the day are just gone. I bought The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons. I might put that one in, or I have Sonic Advance 3. What I'm really planning on doing is running to Disc Replay though and seeing what they have when it comes in. And
you gonna buy a Pokemon game?
I looked at buying Pokemon Emerald on eBay, but it was like $150 or something like that.
Which one's Emerald?
That's the Ruby and Sapphire.
Oh, okay.
The third one there. Yeah, I wanted to get that, but that was like 150. Actually, I think it was like $180.
Just for the cartridge?
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna do that. So yeah.
So they made it so you can like add like I don't know what the technical term is, but like you can add kind of ROMs to this thing now. I don't really know how it works, but
yeah, that's something I'll have to look into for those really expensive Game Boy games.
Or you could just buy like find a seller on eBay or something that sells like reproduction carts, right, for like $20.
Yeah,
but you got to check like the reviews and stuff because I know sometimes people will make reproduction carts and then like you get halfway through the game and there's just like a sprite of some random Pokemon they made up or something.
Yeah,
get the fuck out of here.
I've dealt with that on a phone ROM of Pokemon Blue before, where I got to Celadon City and I went into the mart and they were just selling Master Balls, and I was like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. That makes it way too easy. So yeah, I also have Pokemon Pinball. I'll probably pop that one in first, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, there's quite a few I want to grab.
So I when I ordered the Pocket, I also found online. I ended up grabbing a copy of Pokemon Red, on the shopgoodwill.com site. I also yesterday won a bid there for Pokemon Silver, so that should be coming in the mail this weekend because I never played Gold or Silver back in the
Silver's
day.
my favorite.
And I think that like I wanted Gold, but like on that site it's like hit or miss what they're gonna have,
Hmm.
and I saw Silver, so I was like, oh, I'll bid on it, and I won it for like $41. So I feel like
That's
that's a good
not bad
deal.
at all. That is not
Yeah,
bad at all.
and it looks like it's in pretty decent condition too, so I'm definitely happy with that. Um, Before we get into news, John, I want to tell you a story about one Chad Michael Innes. Did you see his
Mm.
tweet yesterday?
About Mario World.
Yeah. So we're all going to Mario World now because he
Hmm.
tweeted that. It's just so random. Like he realized that it opens on his birthday or like his birthday weekend. I'm not 100% sure. But he tweeted and I sent it a thing. I was like, "Oh, I'm intrigued by this." And then like in our Twitter group chat, like Audrey and Jarek are like, "Oh yeah, we're down." And then Chad's like, "All right, I'm buying a ticket literally right now so that we have to go." And so Chad bought his ticket, and like that kind of was like, "All right." So me and Elise, we booked flights, we bought tickets to Universal. Um, we're all crazy people because that place is gonna be a shit show
Oh
that
yeah,
first weekend.
absolutely. And that's gonna be so cool though.
Yeah, I mean like my thing is like it'll be cool to be there. Like I'll pay like $20 for like a diet coke and a fancy like mushroom cup or something stupid. I don't know. It's gonna be a ton of fun, and it's gonna be my first time meeting them all in person, so it's just gonna be a great time.
Nice.
It's sad though that like Dallas can't come because he's like the one person in our raid group that's not able to make it,
Mm.
which is sad. But yeah, I think weren't we just talking about this on the podcast a few weeks ago about this Super Mario? Or no, I think I asked you if you were gonna go to the one in Tokyo, and you're like, no, I'll just wait for them to open another one
Yeah.
here. And
Yeah.
like for me, like going to theme parks, like we never do it, right? Like me and Elise, I haven't been to Disney since I was like 7 or 8 years old. Um, it's just something we've wanted to do is go to different theme parks. So
Mm.
I'm definitely excited to check it out. I'm gonna take a bunch of fucking pictures.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
share them. I'll make a slideshow.
Make
We'll
some
share it on the
shorts.
podcast.
Make some YouTube
Uh,
shorts.
yeah, maybe, yeah. But yeah, I'm super excited for that. It's coming in hot too. Like it's literally 2 months from now,
Yeah,
which is
that really came
crazy.
out of nowhere. That announcement.
Yeah, I feel. Wait, did they just announce it's opening
Yeah,
in two
yesterday.
months? Oh, I didn't even know that.
Hmm.
Shit, I just knew that like they announced it was coming, and we just
Hmm.
kept seeing like through like the past like 2 years, I want to say year and a half maybe, just like aerial footage that people took from like a helicopter of it,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, that looks really cool. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna be a ton of fun. Check it out. Where I think me and Elise want to hit up like the Harry Potter world as well while we're there at Universal.
Absolutely.
We're going for 2 days, so I don't know. It all depends because like that dude, what's it called? Super Nintendo World.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so packed to where it's like maybe we do half a day one day and then go do something else because it's gonna be annoying and then do another half there the next day. I don't know.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna talk about it a bunch on the podcast after it happens.
Yep.
But anyway, John, I'm gonna stop talking your ear out about like me living out your dream of going to a Super Mario World. Let's talk about some news, John. So, for those of you that don't know, the Game Awards was last weekend, and I think last week me and you had talked about how like Xbox is pretty well known lately for showing like big things there, right? Like
Yep.
I think they showed Starfield there one year, right?
No,
Something about Starfield,
that was
no?
E3. That was
Oh,
E3.
that was E3.
What they
But either
showed,
way, they showed the Series X reveal at the
yep,
Game Awards, which is
they
huge.
were they revealed Series X. Both times that they showed Hellblade 2 was at the Game Awards.
Yeah,
Um,
and so we kind of had high hopes like, okay, what's Xbox going to show? Are they going to show like a small teaser for Fable, Perfect Dark? Are we going to finally see that Xbox streaming box in some way? Even if it's just like an announcement that they're working on it or something. Um, but no, literally, Xbox showed absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Phil Spencer was there, but that was about it. All you saw of him was him sitting in the crowd, and
Yeah.
that was it.
Very, very weird, I think.
It's a it's an odd it's an odd plan of attack for Xbox because we have Starfield coming out. I think they said first half of 2023. Redfall is also coming out sometime within that line. We have no idea exactly when. We just know early 2023 in a market that is completely jam packed with big video game releases. And yeah, I just can't believe that we don't at least have a release date for those. That would have the Game Awards would have been a perfect time for that. I've seen people argue that oh they're probably doing this because of the Activision deal. I don't buy that one bit. That's
The only so
why would why would the FTC care about games that Xbox already has? They're more worried about the Activision stuff. They don't care about what they're. They
I
know that they have to be making games still.
yeah. I did have the thought of like I was like, oh, usually Phil Spencer like will present an award at these things, and he didn't at all this year. Um,
Hmm.
and so I had the thought like, oh, maybe they didn't ask him to do it because of all the FTC stuff. Which in that case, I could see that being like why they didn't even why he didn't do it or why they didn't ask him to. But yeah, it makes no sense as to why they wouldn't show something because of that deal and the legal stuff going on.
Yeah.
The other thing is like this is held at the Microsoft Theater in LA too. So I was like, that's like even something else where it's like you would think Xbox would be like, hey, like here's something big. Keep having the Game Awards here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they'll keep having it there regardless because it's a good avenue for them to do it. But yeah, it's just really weird. It really gave a lot of Xbox fans a bad taste in their mouth. There's been some hot takes coming from the Xbox faithful over the last week. They're not happy, and I totally understand. It's we keep talking about how we know there's these really exciting games in the future. You already listed off some of them, and but we've been knowing about these for years now. 2020 and 2021 were good times for Xbox first party exclusives. Like it started looking like things were turning around. We had Halo Infinite, Forza, like okay, awesome. We've seen these games before, but at least we're getting to a point where the games are finally coming out. And then 2022 was nothing. Grounded finally got its full release, which yeah, it's a good game, but that's not exciting because we've been playing it for 2 years already. And then Pentiment came out, which I started that, and some people really love it. I'm like, I can't get
I
into
don't.
it.
I don't think that game's for me. Like not even in the slightest bit.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea and it's unique, which is really good. But yeah, that is it. Sorry,
Yeah,
mind
I
thought.
don't. Yeah, like you said, we don't really know like what's past like maybe the first 6 months of next year, right?
Hmm.
Unless like Forza Motorsport is like a next fall game, like maybe.
Yeah,
Um, I think that like I know that like we say it over and over again how like disappointed we are in Xbox in terms of like it seems like almost every show or like every conference they have like we always come out kind of disappointed, right? Like you get super
I
excited like oh they're making a Fable and then at the end it's like yeah but who knows when we're gonna see that. It's
yeah.
like it's just like it's like a lot of built up hype but we're not actually seeing anything come of it.
Mm.
um like
You can
Halo,
only
super hype, and then it comes out and it's like, oh, we got like part of Halo. And like
yeah.
granted they're fixing it as they go, but it's like that's not what you sold when you were selling Halo for like even like the year after they delayed it, right? They didn't sell us part of Halo, right? They were trying to sell us this is Halo Infinite, like the newest installment of Halo, and it came out and it was just like, "Oh, that's it, huh?"
Yeah, they can. You only can maintain that kind of level of hype for so long without showing anything. Like, yeah, we're very excited. Fable is one of my most anticipated upcoming games. The same thing was State of Decay 3. It's been multiple years since we saw anything on them, and we haven't even seen gameplay on either of those. They were
Yeah,
just revealed.
I think they have to have like a pretty I'm not going to say really good, but they have to have a pretty solid E3 this next year or else like it's going to be like red flags everywhere in my head, right?
there are people talking about them doing a their own show here soon, something similar to a state of play or a Nintendo Direct. But I have heard that so many times in the past, and we know it would be a great idea for them to do it.
I mean, they've
But
had their
but
own
at this,
shows.
the Inside Xbox things are not the same thing. They are not on the same level. They're not as good as State of Play or the Nintendo Directs. But there's people hoping that there's something close to that coming soon. And at this point, I'm like, I'll believe it when I see it. I just don't expect. I expect most of these games to, like Starfield will just get a random release date trailer thrown out on Twitter. Same with Redfall. I'm not expecting like a big Xbox Direct or anything.
So they did have. I don't know if this was at E3, but it was called Xbox XO in 2018, which is what I'm
Yeah,
thinking of, and it was like
that
a
was a
press
fan fest
conference.
thing. Yeah, it was kind of like that. Yeah, but that was the only time they've done that.
No, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like they have done it in the past, so it wouldn't be crazy if they did it again. Oh god, this is when they showed Crackdown 3. Which is just like more ammunition in the like the gun of us saying like, "Oh yeah, they hype stuff up, but it's really not great stuff."
Yeah, yeah. I hope that they come out with something because man, I am just sitting here twiddling my thumbs, waiting for these games that I'm really excited for. But yeah, that being
And the
said,
thing is
Starfield and
like
Redfall are both really exciting still, and we have seen gameplay on both of them, and they look good. So at least there's that.
and like my thing is like I'm not like I don't know. I'm not too mad at Xbox as a brand because like I personally like I love the Xbox console itself. I love Xbox Game Pass, like the cross save stuff where like if I'm playing Halo Infinite on my Xbox and then go play it on my computer, like nothing's lost, right? Everything's saved to the cloud. Like that smooth transition's awesome. Having Xbox Game Pass on PC and Xbox, you know, because I have Ultimate, like that stuff is all awesome and amazing, but like it still comes back to the thing of like I want them to make their first party games because like in like I don't necessarily need new first party games, right? Like I don't need a new IP or anything, but like a game like Fable where it's like, all right, I love the Fable series, like just show us something of the new game instead of just like a splash screen or like the that tiny cinematic they did of like was it like a butterfly or a dragonfly flying around? I don't even remember.
It was the fairy.
Fairy, yeah, but I don't know. It's like if you're gonna like if you're gonna heavily favor like just making a platform for people to game on, then like just say that that's what you're doing. Don't like pussyfoot around and come out with all these very mediocre games.
Yeah,
I don't know.
hopefully they
Just a
turn it
thought.
around.
Hey, but I that being said, I hope that this fucking Activision deal goes through because I feel like if that goes through, we're like 10 to 20 years away from getting some wild shit out of Xbox. Like,
I'm just I'm just excited for the Game Pass editions from that. That's about it.
yeah. All right, moving on, John. The live action God of War Amazon series has been officially announced as of like 2 o'clock today, one
Yep.
o'clock today. Um,
We knew it was coming, but Amazon
yeah.
officially came out and said this is happening now.
Do we know who's playing anybody in that yet, or
Nope.
is it just like
Nope.
them
All we
saying we
know,
greenlit it?
all we know is that it's greenlit. It will take place in the Norse mythology stuff, the recent games, and that Cory Barlog will be overseeing it.
Cool. I mean, like, I have nothing to talk about with this, right? Like, I
Really?
feel like it's like
You know?
I don't know. Like, I love God of War, but like I'm not gonna have an opinion on any of this stuff until I actually see
I've
something.
got
Whether it's like
I've
a
already got number
cast.
one. I've already got number one. Christopher Judge has to be Kratos. Boom. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, but like I don't even know if they would do that.
That's we need to talk about what we want because we don't know. Come on, man. Have you
What do
ever
I want?
speculated once in your life?
I want Chris Pratt as Mario in God of War. That's what I
Hell
want for
yeah.
him. How's that?
Uh, Cory Barlog did have a tweet saying, "Oh, and I can't wait for you all to see Chris Pratt as Kratos." And I'm like, "Yeah, hell yeah."
That's
No,
a good tweet.
if they could get what's his name, Sunny Soljic and Christopher Judge to play Kratos and Atreus, that would be amazing. I think both of them could very well do that, and it would be awesome.
Well,
Knowing,
while I agree that it would be amazing that they cast them, I hate that video games have such a bad track record of transitioning to movies and TV so poorly, because like in my head, like I want Christopher Judge and Sonny to succeed as much as they can, right? But if this show is like written poorly, or like the special effects are really bad and they're the stars of this show and it's like their first like big acting job outside of voice acting, like, and like it just looks bad on them, like that would really bum me out, like
man,
very badly.
I just don't see it that way anymore. The video game movies and shows have been such better quality the
Yo,
last,
Last of
let's
Us
say,
looks
5 years.
amazing. The
The
Last of Us
last
show
like,
looks so good.
but it's not just that. It's the last 5 years of stuff has been great. So I'm no longer going into this saying, oh yeah, this isn't gonna be good. I'm super excited for the Mario movie after all the jokes we've had about that. That's like one of my most anticipated movies coming up. Like, and just because I legitimately think it looks good, it's going to be fun to watch. This stuff is, we're now to a point where we can expect great things out of these movies, and
Oh yeah, so
we shouldn't
hold on.
do any less than that with God of War.
Are you expecting great things out of a Twisted Metal TV show?
Yeah, it better be good.
I don't. That's the one where I'm like, I don't know how this is going to transition into a
No,
TV show.
it's going to be good. It better be good. Otherwise, we're going to be like, yeah, this sucks. This takes video games in other media back a step.
Aren't they? They're also making a Death Stranding movie, right?
I really don't care.
I saw a tweet about it. Yeah. So hold on, 5 hours ago, Death Stranding film based on hit video game in works from Barbarian, EP Alex Lebovici's Hammerstone Studios and Kojima Productions. So there you go. There's gonna be a Death Stranding movie.
It was going to
That
happen
so
sooner or later.
I want to understand the Kojima craze so badly, to where I'm like considering, I'm like, after I beat God of War, after I beat Final Fantasy Crisis Core, like if I ever get like a lull in gaming, I'm gonna boot up Death Stranding and try and at least start it just to see like what the fuck, what are people going crazy about for this dude? Like why do people think he's like Jesus Christ himself, but in
Yeah.
video game designer form? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
What are we missing, John?
It's just the wacky story. The he was really the first video game guy to go full in on a cinematic approach to video games. That's really his big stick, is that he's been so obsessed with blockbuster movies and everything, these high set piece action movies. He was really the first guy to like take that and directly make it into video games with the Metal Gear games. That's really where it comes from. And of course, he's just batshit crazy. So it helps that they're really good games. So
At least from what you hear.
yeah, I've only played Ground Zeroes, I think it's called, for the Metal Gear games. So
That's like the in between game, right? Like the prelude to Metal Gear Solid 5.
it's the game that is one. It's like one mission long, and initially they were selling it for like $40.
No way. Is that how much it was?
hmm Yeah,
Damn,
I don't
that's
think I don't
crazy.
think it was full price at least, but it was at least $40 at the beginning.
That's wild.
Yep.
All right, John. Enough talking about Kojima. Even though we've never played Kojima games, tell me about the quick news. Quick news. News.
Spider-Man 2
News.
has a release window for fall 2023. That's it. That's pretty much all the Spider-Man 2 news you have. So,
I mean that's all I need to know, right? Like
yeah.
I'm already sold on this game. I've played the
Oh,
other
yeah.
games. I love them. You don't need to tell me anything else. I'll be there
Yep.
day one.
Yep. Amazon will be publishing the next Tomb Raider game, which is a bit odd since the Embracer Group is like one of the biggest companies out there right now. I would think they would be the ones publishing Tomb Raider since they own it, but I don't know. They're working with Amazon, I guess. So we'll
It's
see what
also
comes of
weird.
that.
Like I feel like Amazon in terms of gaming has been very weird over the last like 5 years, right? Like
Mhm.
they started, what is it, Amazon Luna, which is like their own streaming thing.
Yeah.
They have their own like Amazon Games subdivision, and now they're just
Yeah.
trying to publish other people's games too, which is weird. They got a
I,
lot
I
going
think
on.
I think what they're trying to do here is getting a big name under the Amazon name. So Tomb Raider, a recognizable name in
Yeah,
video games. They say, "Oh, hey, we helped make this. Now
I mean, it makes
look at
sense.
all our other ones. Like, what is it? New World? Is that even still going? I don't care." Okay, next up, Hogwarts Legacy had more gameplay shown off this week, and the last gen versions for the game have been delayed into I want to say May, maybe June.
I think. Well, hold on. The game comes out in February,
Yeah,
so I think it's March. No, no, April. April.
was it? Do,
I'm
do,
pretty
do.
sure it's April.
I don't know. It maybe I'm thinking of the Switch version is in like May or June.
Hold on. Hogwarts
It,
Legacy will launch on April 4th for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One,
okay,
and on July 25th for the Switch.
gotcha. So
Yo,
yeah, there's three
I
different
remember
releases.
when we first saw that game, me and you both were like, "Oh yeah, this looks awesome." And at the end, they're like coming to Nintendo Switch, and we are both like, "What? Like,
Yeah,
how is that gonna run on the Switch?" So I won't be surprised if this game looks like either hot trash on the Switch, or if it's one of those games where it's like, yeah, you can download some of it, but most of it is just streamed.
yeah, it's probably a cloud game most likely. The game looks great though. The stream that they put up, it was like a half hour of gameplay. They showed off a bunch of different stuff. They showed off just like open world traversal and more combat. They've shown off a ton of that. Yeah, there's nothing more I can say to this other than give it to me. I want it so bad. I cannot wait.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm pretty stoked.
we're a bit light on news this week, so our last bit of quick news is something we've already talked about. Super Mario World, Super Nintendo World is opening up in Universal Studios Hollywood in February. We of course talked about that at the beginning.
Yep, I'll be there.
Yep. All right. So with that all out of the way, you have any collectibles?
Um,
I do not.
I do. Hold on. Stall.
Oh no, I was given a stall. Uh, I what? Let's just sit here and guess what Joel could possibly be bringing. Is he bringing out the
All
naughty
right.
thing? Oh, okay.
So, I've had it for a while. I just never showed it. Um,
Yeah.
I've been playing God of War on this guy here, the old
Mm,
God of War controller, limited edition controller.
I do like that. I think it
Yeah,
looks good.
it is a really cool. It's probably one of my favorite like limited collectors controllers. But yeah, God of War, and it says God of War Ragnarok on the back. It's a cool controller. I don't
Yeah.
know, but yeah, that's my collectible of the week.
Yeah, I haven't done much collectible buying lately. I don't know. Okay, what you been playing, Joel?
Just God of War. That's all I've played. I haven't. So I think I told you I made like a phone for my wedding. That's like an audio guest book. You pick up the phone, leave a message, right? And then like me and Elise can play it back, right? And we get all the files. But I've sold a bunch of them online, and I spent 2 days trying to make a new one work for somebody who bought one, like in a different phone than I've done in the past. So I literally spent like 2 whole nights earlier this week working on it. Got it to work, sent it out. It's in Canada now, so made some money on that. So I've
Cool.
just been playing God of War. Like all I did last night, I played God of War for like 4 to 5 hours, I think. Um, yeah, that game definitely drags on, and like it's not like I don't feel like any of the missions are very pointless in what the story is telling me. I just feel like they do roundabout ways. Like for instance, say you're Kratos, right? You're like, hey, I got to go find this thing, and it's like, okay, well, let's check these 3 other places before you get there. You go to place A, and it's like, oh wait, this wasn't the right way. Let's keep going, and you go all the way across the map. Go to place B. Oh wait, that's not it. Let's keep going, and it's not like it's nothing you can control, right? Because the game is having you go these places. It's not like you're mistakenly going these places thinking that's where you're supposed to go as the player. So it's stuff like that that's really annoying because, like, in for instance, that mission probably took me in an hour, and it probably would have taken me 20 minutes if it didn't have me go to three places before the destination I went to.
Yeah.
Just for that part of the mission, which is like super annoying to me. Um, and then going back to what you said about like you were talking about it last week, I think, about playing the storyline of two different characters. I think this game
Mhm.
does it a little better than Last of Us does because you don't go back in time and then replay the whole, day or
Oh,
whatever it is.
that
That
sucks.
sucked.
Yeah.
In this one it's more so like, hey, you're playing as Kratos. You get to a certain point and the Trace is like, all right, I'm going to sneak off or whatever. I'm going to go do my thing, and he comes back and it picks up right from that point. It's not like it comes back and then it's like one day earlier and it shows you what the fuck Kratos was doing in that time.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I just think that like they definitely added a lot of fluff to make this game longer than it needed to be in terms of the progression through the missions themselves.
Yeah, I really feel like the game just drags on, and to the point where it becomes a chore to get through it at times. There are moments that it pays off and that it's really good, but man, I am not a big fan of the pacing in this game. And I've said it before, I don't think you needed to play as Atreus at all in this game. I think the game's story would be significantly better if you didn't know what Atreus was up to, and you found out as Kratos when you got later in the story and stuff like that. But yeah, it is what it is. It's still a great game, but man, I not a fan of the pacing of the story.
Yeah, like I kind of agree. Like I think that the Atreus missions would have been a really cool thing to play as a DLC, like after the fact. Like
Hmm.
in like 6 months after the game comes out, release the Atreus DLC and just like put the caveat on it, like, all right, this is the story of what Atreus did in those times when he was not with Kratos throughout the game. Um, but yeah, overall, hold on, I'm trying to look up a mission list. I think I have. Hold on, hold on. I have one, two, three, four, five. I have six missions left in the game.
Then you have
So
five. That last one is just post game stuff.
okay, so five. So I'm like 2/3 of the way through the game, maybe.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, it definitely feels like it's dragging, especially because I'm like, I think I passed 20-hour mark already. So
Yeah,
I
it
don't know, like it's
really
fun. The
that.
combat's a ton of fun and stuff, but it just gets annoying to me when it's like, hey, we're gonna throw all these enemies at you just because we can. Like,
Hmm.
there's no point for them being here. It's just so it slows you down. It's like,
Yeah, and it's a
all
lot of the
right.
same enemies.
Yeah, but I'm definitely like I gotta beat this game like by the end of this weekend because I'm at the
Mhm.
point to where it's like every major game like this comes out and then there comes like I don't know like I feel like we're already like what a month past release, right? Because it came out like the week of my wedding.
Yeah.
There always comes a point where out of nowhere everybody just like thinks it's fine to post spoilers everywhere, and I feel
Oh,
like
people
at
have
this
already
point
been doing that.
I haven't seen any. I've been lucky and
You
avoided
have
them,
been lucky. Yeah, I was
but
not
yeah,
lucky.
it's like I hate that. Like that everybody out of nowhere is like, okay, you've had 2 weeks to play the 50-hour game. I'm gonna tweet about how so and so dies or how about so and so betrays everybody else. It's like
Yeah.
just fucking let me breathe. Give me time to play. I, I don't know. Maybe I've avoided spoilers just because like the people I follow on Twitter aren't assholes, and like the people I follow on Twitter are all people that like I don't know. I would trust not to do stuff like that. Like I don't follow like random
Mhm.
accounts just because they follow me. So
Yeah, the spoilers I saw came from TikTok. That's what got me. So
you see,
just scrolling through.
My TikTok is not gaming focused really, which is kind of
Hmm.
weird. But
I
yeah,
gotcha.
I'm
All right,
excited to keep playing. I'll probably play more of it tonight, and I'll tell you after the podcast where I'm at in the game.
sounds good. I started High on Life, which is a game. It is an Xbox exclusive game at the beginning of its life here. This is a game made by Justin Roiland, one of the creators of Rick and Morty, and it is just a lot of Rick and Morty stuff. That's really
Yeah,
all it is.
That's
That's
I
so
mean, like,
good.
I'm not gonna lie, I've seen screenshots and videos on Twitter where I'm like, that's actually pretty fucking hilarious and like very cleverly written. But I go back to like when they revealed the game, I was like, I don't know if I can deal with this dude's voice talking in my ear for like I think I looked it up and it's like a 10 to 12 hour game to play through. And it's like
Yeah,
I don't know if I
I
could do all that.
I've played probably 2 hours of it so far. I played that the day it came out, and I'm kind of like, yeah, it's a fine game. It's definitely something I'm just gonna go back to in spurts because yeah, I I recently watched Rick and Morty, the show. I finally gave it a try, and it's funny and it's got its moments that I like, but it's not something I particularly love. Um, the High on Life stuff is like I said, it's pretty much taking Rick out of the equation, and you're just hearing a lot of Morty, a lot of Morty. So you really have to like that character. Um, yeah, it's a good game, and there's gonna be people that love that show that go out and buy the Pickle Rick memorabilia all the time. Like they're gonna eat this up. But for someone like me, I'm like, okay, I'm good for at least a few days here. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to that eventually. But it might not be something that I finish before the new year.
Yeah, I definitely want to try it out because like graphically it looks really really pretty. Like I think it's very impressive for being an indie studio.
Yeah, it's all right. I've also been playing Among Us. There was a new update recently that I had to cover for GamePer called the Hide and Seek update. They added a new mode where the imposter, well, it's just hide and seek essentially. The imposter goes around chasing all of the crewmates, and the lights are like
I I
super.
I really thought you were gonna go in depth and explain what hide and seek is, and
Oh,
then say like, oh yeah, it's like hide and seek.
but as the crewmates are hiding, they can. There's a timer for the imposter to kill them all, as the crewmates are hiding, they can also go around the place and complete tasks to make that timer go down a little bit more. And then eventually, the imposter will get like pings about where the remaining survivors are. There's no like meetings or anything, so that much of it is different. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I think it would be a blast to play with friends.
I want
Of
to
course.
try it. Let's try it out.
All right, let's get some people and do it. Um, but yeah, playing it with randoms is I still had fun, but it's obviously Among Us. You need to
I
play with friends to have a great
I
time.
feel like playing hide and seek in Among Us would be more fun than playing regular Among Us with randoms because like
Yeah,
playing with
yeah,
randoms like there are trolls on there, right? Like
hmm
and there's people who like first of all for me playing Among Us on like if you're on an Xbox, it sucks cuz like you can't type as fast to say like, "Oh, it's blue because this and that," right?
hmm
And with randoms like that's kind of like what you need to be doing is like
yeah,
talking to people in some way, whether it's typing or not. So, I feel like hide and seek kind of gets rid of that, like the need for that.
yeah. No, it's definitely fun. I recommend people give it a try. It, it's a good time. And then lastly, I've been
Cool.
playing more Overwatch 2. Big surprise there, right? Um, yeah, the Winter Wonderland event is happening right now, which is fun. I still don't like the way they're handling their skins and everything. You can only buy a bunch of them. There's one skin that you can earn for free in the game, and you can get it after like 15 minutes of playing,
Is
which
that
is
the Diva skin?
no, that's a Twitch drop skin. That skin
Oh,
was
that was
already
that's controversial, right? I saw some controversy
that
about
one.
it.
Well, it's because the the Twitch drop for it doesn't go live until Christmas. But right now, they're advertising it in the store for people to buy it
Oh,
before
okay. So
they make
okay,
it available.
I think that's what I saw on Twitter. Somebody's like,
Mhm.
"Yo, I just bought this," or like, right? You could buy it right now if you wanted, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're
Somebody's like, yo, I just bought this, and then like I went on Twitch the next day and saw that it's gonna be free, and now
yep,
I'm just like shit out of luck on this money, which sucks. But
yep, yeah. They're still expensive too. They're like $20 for one skin, essentially. Yeah, I don't like the way they're handling that. But I do like that they're starting to put through hot fixes for hero balance. They did one of those today. Uh, I actually put up an article earlier about what was changed and how it affects the game. So check that out on GamePer. I've got a link on my Twitter at Revik Shadows. Um, yeah, I outside of the way they're handling like selling their skins and their events and stuff, I think the game is still good. There's a lot of people that are upset with it, but that's just kind of Activision and Blizzard's MO anymore. Everyone's going to be upset with them, but I still love the game. I've been playing with my friends Jake and Danny. They're the two guys that I recently introduced to the game, and they love it too. Which is, man, I'm so happy because like all of my friends that I played with in the past just stopped playing, and they have no interest playing anymore. And yeah, I enjoy it still.
Yeah, it's for me right now. Like, I want to focus on the games I'm trying to beat, and like, as you know, like I don't really have all that much time to game like I used to. So like right now, like my main focus is like God of War, and then once I beat
Hmm.
God of War, I have already purchased Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core for the Xbox. So it's like, all right, and then I want to play that. I want to play High on Life, which I literally just opened the Xbox app on my computer. So I'm like, okay, I should download that. Like,
Hmm.
I want to play it. I should download it on my computer because I know I don't have space on my Xbox right now. So
Yeah.
yeah, I gotta be better at like managing my time with games because like
Hmm.
too often like I get too tied up in too many different games to where I just stop playing all of them and I'm like fuck it, like because like you know that thing where it's like you're browsing all the games you have. What do I want to play? It's like I don't know, and you search through all the games you have and you end up playing nothing. Like,
Yeah.
or in your case, you end up just going to play Overwatch. Like for
Hmm.
me, it's like okay, I'll just go play Halo. Why not? Because I can't
Yeah.
decide what I actually want to play.
Yep. But that does it for what I've been playing. Joel, you want to play a quick game?
Yeah. What's it called?
All right. Well, I don't really have a good name for it, but I have come up. Well, today on Netflix, the Sonic Prime television series premiered,
Oh, I saw that.
and it's pretty good. I enjoy it, but I'm gonna quiz you on Sonic characters. So I have come up with a list
I don't
of.
know Sonic characters very well, so
That's why we're doing this. I have come up with a list of Sonic the Hedgehog characters. All I need you to tell me is if the name I give you, if that is an official Sega made character or if it is a fan created character.
hold on. Why are
Are you
fans
ready?
creating characters for Sonic?
Like just like uh the like fan fiction stuff. I'm blanking on the what they actually call it. Um but they just do it for their own thing to have fun and stuff. So these characters I've pulled from the Sonic games, the television series. So like there's different like these aren't all just like mainline Sonic the Hedgehog characters. So all I'm gonna do is list the name off. I need you to tell me if they are a real character or fake. Okay.
Okay,
All right. Starting off, Ray the Flying Squirrel.
that's that's real, but it sounds fake.
It is real. Ray the Flying Squirrel originated back in the 90s on a I want to say he started out in an arcade game called Sega Sonic the Hedgehog. At the time they couldn't name the game Sonic the Hedgehog because there was like some kind of Sonic already available in arcade. So they made it Sega Sonic, which is really weird. Next up, Vector the Crocodile.
Fake.
That is real as well. Vector the Crocodile is one of Knuckles' chaotic spuds.
Oh, I've
Um,
seen this dude.
yep. Oh, are you looking them up?
Yeah, I'm looking him up as we go.
Okay. Next up, Bite the Goat. BYTE.
Fake.
That is fake. That is a fan made character.
Bite the goat. What do you look like, buddy? Oh, it looks like a Sonic character.
Yep. Just
But I
he.
feel like it. If I looked this up after you asked me before I answered, I would have said it was fake because
Yeah.
like clearly like you don't see them in any of the games or anything.
Hmm.
I don't know. It doesn't look like authentically Sonic. It
Yeah.
just looks like it's in the Sonic art style.
Next up, Manic the Hedgehog.
Real.
That is real. Manic the Hedgehog is Sonic's brother from the Sonic Underground cartoon series back in the
What the fuck
90s.
is this dude?
He's a
Holy shit.
drummer. Back in that show, they like had these necklaces that would like turn into like instruments for them. Sonic had a guitar, uh Manic had some drums. So yeah, that is 100% a real character, although he's never
So
appeared in any games.
I was gonna say, is there any chance you think that Manic shows up in any form of Sonic again?
No.
Like,
No.
dude, it's Sonic's brother though, John. You can't just take away family.
Well, we do here. All right, next up, Hilda the Hyena.
That's got to be fake.
That is 100% fake. That is a fan made character. Yeah.
I typed in Hilda the H and Hippo was the first one. Okay, so Hilda the Hyena, it looks like the same artist made art style, Deviant Art
Oh, yeah.
by Kid Kai as the goat one. I forget which
Oh,
one that was.
Bite the Goat. Yeah. Next up, Turbo the Turtle.
Real.
That is fake. That is a
Fuck.
fan made character, which actually would make a lot of sense if they made a character like that. Like, that sounds like such a Sonic character, right?
It does. It Turbo the Turtle. This doesn't even look like I don't see anything Sonic related in terms of images.
It might not be a very well known one then. I just found this from a list of names that I saw on a website. So there could be varying degrees of popularity in the fan community. Next up, Wave the Swallow.
Fake.
That is real. That is one of the bird creatures from Sonic Riders. Uh,
Okay.
I've never played those games, so I don't know much about them. Next up, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, Sonya the Hedgehog.
Real. It's Sonic's sister.
You're absolutely right. That is Sonic's sister from Sonic Underground, where Manic was green, Sonya is pink, and she has a keyboard that she plays.
Family band.
Hell yeah.
I've definitely
Yeah,
seen Sonya the Hedgehog before. I never saw the green dude before though.
gotcha. Um, where was I? Next up, Sally Acorn.
Fake.
That is real. Sally Acorn was like Sonic's like girlfriend back in the Sonic's
I was gonna say, dude, like because like
Saturday.
one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. The eighth picture is so sexualized on here. It's fucking
Mhm.
ridiculous.
Yeah, she's a princess and she's like the leader of the freedom fighters in the Sonic Sat AM cartoon and the
What
Sonic
are these people on, dude?
the Sonic
People
comics.
are thirsting over Sally Acorn. This is
Oh yeah.
ridiculous. Who is
Uh,
making this artwork?
Sally Acorn is essentially the Lola Bunny of the Sonic world for
Yeah, yeah.
people.
I
Yep.
don't know if I ever meet anybody named Sally from now on, new nickname immediately Sally Acorn because
Mhm.
that's a great fucking nickname.
All right. Next up, Bunny the Rabot.
Real.
That is real. She comes from the same show as Sally Acorn. She's a rabbit that was caught in one of Eggman's robot making machines, and it like was like halfway. So like her legs and one of her arms are completely robotic.
Wild.
Night the Hedgehog.
Real.
That is fake. That's
Damn.
just a. That's just a.
Honestly, like you
That's a
throw the
lazy.
hedgehog you throw
Yeah.
the hedgehog after any name and I'm gonna say it's real.
Yeah, Knight is just obviously a lazy attempt at getting a shadow ripoff, I think. Although I haven't really looked at the character. Blaze the Cat.
Real.
Blaze the Cat is real. She made
I
her
know Blaze the
debut.
Cat.
Yep, she started off in the DS games, and she's a very good character. It's kind of disappointing that they never use her. Next up, Sneer the Hedgehog.
Real.
Fake. I don't know anything about that fan creation, but yeah, Sneer the Hedgehog. You ready for the next one?
Yep.
All right, Cream and Cheese.
Fake.
That is real.
No way.
Cream is a bunny, and Cheese is her chow friend. She appeared first in Sonic Advance 2. And she also made a cameo in the Sonic Adventure game. She appears in Sonic X, but I don't think she's appeared in anything recently. But yeah, in the early 2000s, she appeared in quite a few things. Jet the Hawk.
Real. Because that sounds familiar.
Yep, that is another bird guy from Sonic Riders. Again, I've never played Sonic Riders, so I don't know much about those characters. Styx the Badger.
Fake.
That is real. Styx the Badger is a character from the Sonic Boom cartoon series, which is the game was terrible. Rise of Lyric, that was a terrible game, but the Sonic Boom series is actually pretty good. Um, she's interesting. She's actually pretty funny because she's like super paranoid about stuff, and she's like a oh, what's the word? She's like a conspiratist and everything. It's pretty funny. Harmony the sheep.
Fake.
That is fake. It's just someone throwing names and animals out there. I got two more for you. The first
All right.
one is Charmy Bee.
Like Cardi B, but charming.
Charmy. Yep.
Uh, fake.
That is real. Charmy Bee is a character that originated in the 90s. He's a part of the Chaotix, which is SBO, Vector, Knuckles buddies. Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't like Charmy.
Yeah, I don't like his look. Don't like
Yeah.
Charmy's look.
All right, last one here. Fang the Sniper.
Fake. I can't see them putting a sniper in Sonic.
Fang the Sniper is real. He's not what you think he
Wow.
is. Yeah, he is. He's some kind of like purple fox thing. I don't know. There must be some kind of
Very
sniper
jagged
fox.
tail. Very
He does.
jagged tail.
He does have a gun though that he like
Yeah, I
shoots
see
and stuff.
that. What the fuck?
Hmm.
That's like very
Yeah.
out of character for Sonic stuff, right?
Well, you've never played Shadow the Hedgehog, have you?
No.
Shadow. There was a GameCube PS2 game called Shadow the Hedgehog where you play as Shadow, and the entire time he's got guns and stuff. So yeah. Funny thing in the 90s, like Sega got a lot of letters from fans and stuff asking to give Sonic a gun. That's why they did that.
That is ridiculous.
Absolutely. Fang started off in the arcade game Sonic the Fighters. He also appears in Sonic Mania. I don't think he's ever appeared in any other games, though. So yeah, um, I think you did pretty good
Holy shit.
for not knowing a bunch of those names. I think you did pretty good.
I'm watching some Shadow the Hedgehog gameplay, and this is ridiculous. This man's
Oh yeah,
literally got a gun and is just
yep.
blasting.
Yep, there's also a so in that game they had like different choices to branch off the story and everything. There's like straight up a moment where you kill Sonic with Shadow. there's like a there's a the opening like cutscene and everything. Like one of your choices leading to you killing Sonic like has like Sonic like struggling to stay up and Shadow just walking behind him and cocking a gun.
That's wild.
Right?
Well, that is going to end episode 212 of the Pixel Street podcast. Let us know in the comments below what your thoughts are on the show. Let us know why you think Xbox was not present at the Game Awards. And yeah, what you're looking forward to from Xbox in the next year or so. As always, follow us on Twitter at Pixel Street. I don't think I did the whole thing at the beginning. Follow us on Twitter at Pixel Street. Check out our pinned tweet there to join our Discord server. There's an invite link there to join our Discord. Come hang out, chat video games with us. Check us out on YouTube by searching for Pixel Street Videos or going to youtube.com/Pixel Street Videos. And yeah, we post stuff there every week. So go check that out. John, where are you at on them internets?
On Twitter, I am at RevXShadows. You can also find me. You can find my writing on GamePro.com. I will actually be writing a impressions piece on Sonic Prime. We're kind of branching out and trying like video game media, like shows and stuff. So we'll see how that does. Be sure to look out for that in the coming days.
Cool. You can find me on Twitter at Campo63 or twitch.tv/Campo63. We'll be right back here next week with episode 213 of the Pixel Street Podcast.
Bye.